Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise again to really beat the drum about the ongoing crisis of poverty and unemployment in America. On November 6th, the Associated Press reported that we have crossed a terrible threshold. More job seekers now in America have run out of unemployment benefits than are receiving them. Simply put, the majority of Americans who are struggling to find a job are no longer getting unemployment benefits. We need to extend unemployment benefits, and we need to do it now. Not just for those who are about to run out, but for the millions of Americans whose benefits ran out a long time ago. The millions who ran out of time to establish the careers. The millions who ran out of time to safeguard their families' futures. For the millions who ran out of time to ignite the fire of the American dream. Congressman Bobby Scott and I have a bill, H.R. 589, which will give millions of families just a little more time to find a good job, to make a secure home, and would provide this bridge over troubled waters while our nation and the economy recovers. Extending benefits for the 99ers is the right thing to do for millions of Americans who were laid off through no fault of their own. They watched as corporations took over their government and ran the economy into the ground. They watched as the banks raided the nation's treasury and lined their pockets with massive bonuses while millions of Americans lost their jobs. They watched as our nation's future was traded away for needless wars and tax cuts for billionaires. Mr. Speaker, the American people are sick and tired. They don't want to watch anymore. They don't want to wait anymore. They have run out of time. Nearly 50 million Americans are already living in poverty, struggling to feed their families and to keep a roof over their heads. Countless millions are living on the edge. They are desperately trying to stay one step ahead of disaster, living from paycheck to paycheck and waiting for the other shoe to drop. The American people really have run out of patience. They don't want to hear that the most powerful nation in the world is broke. They don't believe it when they are told that we can't afford Medicare or Medicaid or Social Security or unemployment benefits when we are spending $1 trillion on wars halfway around the world. They don't want to hear empty promises from the Republicans in Congress who take responsibility to ensure that the poor in America, and I quote, have food in their stomachs and that they have a roof over their heads, even while they pass bills that slash affordable housing programs, cut nutrition funding for women and children, a program which is very important. Americans know that the rich pay their fair share and that working men and women of America deserve more. They don't want this generation to be the first generation of Americans who won't do better than the last one. Americans want to move ahead, and they want those who have benefited the most from our economy to pay what they owe to the 99% of the American people who are the real engines of our economy and the heart of our democracy. The generation that is marching in the streets right now are asking what went wrong in the pursuit of their American dream. So let's pass H.R. 589 and give Americans a little more time to land that job that gets their family back on their feet. You know, when you run out of unemployment benefits after 99 weeks, that's it. That's it. So we must extend unemployment benefits, but we also need to extend, as our bill says, at least an additional 14 weeks so that those who've hit the 99-week wall have some form of survival until we can figure out a way to create jobs. So we must pass the American Jobs Act to reinvest in the future of this country and build up our roads and bridges, repair our sewer lines, and build the 21st century schools for all of our students. Let's put America back on track with American jobs, American manufacturing, American ingenuity, and American leadership toward a brighter tomorrow for all Americans. We must build these ladders of opportunity. We have to remove these barriers and these obstacles. And let me tell you, not having a job is a huge barrier and a huge obstacle to reigniting the American dream. And so we must extend unemployment benefits, but we must not forget that there are those who have hit 99 weeks who are no longer even eligible for unemployment benefits. And as the AP article says, we now have over 2 million people now who won't even be eligible for unemployment compensation. That's 2.2 million people. They won't even be eligible, even if we extend unemployment benefits. So let's work to try to figure out how to, one, create jobs, but to provide some safety net for those who really do want to work and people want to work. Thank you, and I yield the balance of my time.